So you're buying a piece of real estate. You're buying a property at the beach. Do I really need a home inspection? I mean, it's just a condo. I mean, what could be wrong with it? Hi, I'm Ryan Haley, and I'm the broker with Atlantic Shores Realty, and I hope to answer that question for you and or assist you in that question. And it's a great question. You're buying a piece of property. You're buying, whether it's a condo, whether it's a townhome, single family home. Do you really need a home inspection? Or should I take the property as is? Well, that's obviously a decision you're going to have to make. But as your real estate agent, I am a huge proponent in having the property looked at and in having some peace of mind. And in doing that, the one way to do it is to put a contingency in the contract to allow for a home inspection. Typically, once you've entered into a contract, we'll put in there anywhere from 14 to 21 days that you'll have to be able to complete the home inspection. So home inspection is done by a third-party licensed home inspector. We can certainly give you a few names of folks who could help you with that, but it would have to be completed. So the home inspection is completed, and then you would get a report from the home inspector. They're obviously going to be there with you if you do attend and kind of discuss some things. But in that report, you're going to have kind of a playbook and or a resource that you can refer back to that's going to tell you some things about the condo, the home, that would be very beneficial for you in the future. So it kind of is a book that you can refer to that talks about the mechanicals, talks about what's there. Additionally, if there are any defects found, those defects would be found and documented and put onto the summary section of that home inspection report. So now here's where I come into play as your real estate agent. With the defects that are found, some of them could be of greater concern to you. And if we have a home inspection contingency in the contract, we could ask the seller to make some repairs. So we would put together an addendum that states that these items that are deficient are of safety concern, and we are asking the seller to correct these items. Seller could come back and say, okay, yes, I'm going to fix all of these items, or you know what, I'm not going to fix anything. Or they might say, I'll fix 1, 2, and 3, but I'm not going to do 4 and 5. And the last response, which is becoming the most common response, is in lieu of repairs, the seller will give you a credit in the amount of X that you can then hire your people that you prefer and trust to go ahead and make those repairs with this money that the seller gives you after settlement. So it's a credit. In lieu of repairs, the seller will give you a credit in the amount of X. So if you cannot come to an agreement with the seller at that particular time, you know, he or she is not willing to make the repairs that you feel are necessary, and they have to, once again, be defects. These aren't cosmetic in nature. They're not just things that you think should be different. These are defects. That's the whole purpose for the home inspection. But if you can't come to an agreement at that point, you could cancel the contract. The contract could fall apart at that point, and we would send a release to the seller because you were unable to come to an agreement. And at that point, the deposit that you put down would be dispersed in accordance with the deposit paragraph of the contract. So that's your typical home inspection contingency that you would find in a residential contract of sale, whether it is for a single family home, whether it's for a condominium or a townhome here in Maryland. Now, there is one other addendum that does get used from time to time, and that's called the as-is addendum. So from time to time, I'll have buyers who are you know, they feel they know what they're getting into. They might be very well versed when it comes to mechanicals and the construction trade, and they may opt to do the as-is clause as opposed to the inspection clause. So it's a separate one-page addendum that we would use, and it would either have two options for you. One is as is without inspections. So you are completely accepting the property as is. You're not going to have an inspection. There's no contingency, and it's as is. Or there is as is with inspections and the right to terminate. So that addendum is typically used to notify the seller that you're not going to be requesting any repairs, but you do want to get it checked out by a home inspector. And if there was anything catastrophic found in that inspection report, you would have the ability to cancel the contract or terminate the contract. So those are the two addendums or addenda and contingencies that we see with regard to home inspections in the Maryland residential contract of sale. So hopefully that helps you out. Should you have questions regarding the inspection process and or a list of some inspectors that we feel do a good job, I'd be happy to assist you with that. Please feel free to reach out to me via return email, send me a text, give me a call, as I would love to help. So thanks again, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.